we've been observing in nature, and I wanted to share with you guys something that I observed today. We have an eastern phoebe nest with some little babies, see how many you can count, near the place that I work. So I'm gonna show you a quick video clip that I got while Mama was away looking for some food. So I hope you enjoy it. So it looks like Mom just came back, so I'm gonna get out of here so she can be with her babies. Hey guys, Lauren here with Nebraska Game and Parks. Can you guys believe we are now in week 8 of Wild What's Up? That's right, 8 weeks of you sending me your nature questions. I'm so glad you guys are getting outside. You're looking at the birds, the bugs, the flowers, and everything that's springing up as we come into summer. Okay guys, with that, let's get into this week's questions. So my first question comes from Parker. Parker is from Polk City, Iowa, and his question is, why do tortoises and turtles not have the same type of feet? That's pretty weird. Yeah, if you've ever looked at a turtle's feet and a tortoise's feet, they're very different. Why is that? So turtles are mainly aquatic, meaning they live in water. Tortoises are mainly terrestrial, meaning they live on land. Turtles, therefore, have very webbed feet and long claws, so they can use their legs like flippers for swimming and grabbing onto rocks and logs. Tortoises have stump-shaped feet positioned more under their bodies for walking on land. Great question and great observation. They do look very different. We don't have any species of native tortoises in Nebraska. Most of our turtles are aquatic, meaning they live in the water, except for the exception of the ornate box turtle. He lives mostly on land out in western Nebraska. Okay, so our second question of the week is a really good one. And the question is, how do squirrels climb trees? And this comes from Lydia, who is 6 years old. Okay, so there's 2 big adaptations that help squirrels be such good tree climbers. Their long claws for grabbing onto bark and branches, and their flexible ankle joints really help them be such great climbers. Joints in their back legs are able to rotate 180 degrees so that they can hang and climb head first down trees. If humans could rotate their ankles 180 degrees, we could stand facing the front and turn our ankles so that our feet were facing backwards. Who knew squirrels were so cool? Our next question is another really great nature observation. And this question comes from Amber, who's from Lincoln, Nebraska. And her question is, why don't fish float? Right? How are they able to stay underwater and swim so well? Great question. Have you ever heard of a swim bladder? A swim bladder is a long, expandable sac that most bony fish possess in their body. Some fish even have 2 or 3 of them. When a fish wants to sink lower into the water, it burps air out of its swim bladder through its mouth so the fish becomes less buoyant and sinks to the bottom. However, if a fish wants to rise to the surface to, say, catch some delicious bugs, it absorbs oxygen and air from the water through its gills and expands this bladder. This expands the volume of the fish, but not its weight, which helps it rise to the surface. Interesting. Okay, our final question comes from Abby, who is 4 years old from Omaha, Nebraska. And her question is one that I hear a lot. The question is, can snakes slither backwards? This is one I hear from people a lot. It's a pretty common myth that snakes can't move backwards. They do have some ability to move backwards. It's not necessarily slithering, but let's look into the mechanics of it. So, snakes can move backwards. However, it's kind of challenging for them to do so. For this question, I reached out to our state herpetologist, Dennis Ferraro, to understand the logistics of snake locomotion. Snakes have 5 to 6 different patterns in which they slither or move, and some may even use a combination of these. 2 of these specific patterns allow the snake to kind of anchor down their tail end and pull their head and front body back towards their tail in short movements. While they are moving backwards, it's not necessarily slithering. Okay, great questions, guys. I can tell you're making some amazing observations as you get outside, as you're hiking, as you're fishing, looking for birds, and just enjoying being outside in nature. As you're outside, if you have any questions, make sure to email me at ngpc.wildwhatsup@nebraska.gov. Additionally, you can also comment on this video with your email address, and I will make sure to get back to you. Once again, my name is Lauren, and I'm a naturalist in Nebraska Game and Parks. I love the outdoors, and I'm so glad that you guys do too. Okay, have a great week, guys.